And we're back for another episode of Curious Caravan, Scary and Spooky Edition. Can you believe we're already at the end of October? I mean, Halloween is next Friday.
I am so excited. At
You know,
least it's spooky season.
I do love spooky season. It's a time where all of my horror movies get dusted off and rewatched over and over again in the upcoming days.
Gotta get a good scary story in.
Scary, I know,
And that
I
kind of
know.
is what we're talking about today, Jason.
I know. Lizette and I have had our fair share of, well, maybe not encounters with the paranormal during some of our own stays. And since we're all about curious travel, we've got to talk about some of the haunted stays and experiences we've had. Because a few years
Yes.
ago, I stayed in Savannah, Georgia for a weekend.
Ooh.
And if you don't know anything about Savannah, Savannah is really believed to be cursed
Oh, why though?
due to all of the bloody battles during the American Revolution that it
Oh.
had. And a lot of the homes and the cemeteries are built on burial grounds. You know, it's just a spooky sight. Now, let me tell you, Savannah, because it's so historic, it looks like a place that's haunted anyway. You've got the brick roads, you've got the
Mm-hmm.
courtyards, you've got the gardens, you've got the massive oak trees that hang over everything with the moss. And at night, it just looks spooky.
Yeah.
So I stayed at what's considered, well, it's really funny because Savannah, like if you look at the history of everything, everyone
Mm-hmm.
claims that their building is like the most haunted. This is the most haunted building. This is the most haunted hotel. And you're like, well, everyone's trying to outdo each other
On
haunted wise.
who's the
Uh,
spookiest of them all?
though then the actual like locations don't want to speak about it. Haunted? No, that's a made up story. I'm like, really?
Suspicious.
I stayed at the Marshall House, which is actually Savannah's oldest operating hotel. It was
Wow.
built in 1851. It's located on the historic Broughton Street, which is right in the middle of the historic district. It's so cool because it almost has this like factory look. It's like this square building. It's got the iron grating out front, brick, the window shutters. I mean, it's like very, very old school.
Yeah.
But inside, I mean, it is, and the reason it looks like that is it actually was not like built to be a hotel. It was originally a Civil War hospital.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's
So,
smart.
spoiler alert, maybe why it's haunted. Inside, though, I mean, it is pure vintagey, old, like Southern charm. I mean, you've got like the rooms have those four-post beds that you need to like literally like hop up to get onto. It's got this grand staircase. It's just really, really cool. But it's also supremely haunted. Well,
Oh,
apparently,
did you experience anything while you
well,
were there?
there's been reports of there's crying babies,
Mm.
laughter, lights flickering on and off, creaky floors. It's like all of that old school wood flooring. Anyone could walk on it and you could be like, oh, the floors are creaking. Is it a ghost? No, it's Aunt May. But when I stayed there, I don't know. It could have been my mind playing tricks on me. It could have been
Yeah.
something. But, I did notice a few times where I got extremely cold. And I was
Mm.
there when it was like warm because it
Oh.
was like May, June, so it wasn't very
Hmm.
cold out. And you'd get really, really chilly. There'd be like cold spots in the room, which apparently is like paranormal. Though I didn't hear anybody crying or laughing or any lights flickering on and off. Though I did hear the like at night you could hear like the creaky floors, like someone was walking on it. But I mean, is it a ghost? I mean,
Yeah.
could have been another guest. Who knows?
Who
Was it
knows?
did it add to like the creepiness factor? Sure. There's been people who have claimed that they've seen soldiers with missing limbs on the first floor.
Oh, I'd be terrified. Absolutely
I
terrified.
thankfully didn't see that because that would have been my trip being cut short. I've been like checking out. Thank you, please. Um,
Open
so
vacancy now.
but it was really cool. Honestly, I recommend anyone stay there just for the experience of the
Yeah.
history of it. And it's just a really cool hotel and location. When I tell you they have an amazing breakfast that they offer, I mean, the homemade biscuits and like quiche melt in your mouth. I mean, it's seriously that good. Now, while I was in Savannah, though, that wasn't the only haunted experience. I actually did one
Hmm.
of their ghost walks where you do like a ghost tour at night.
They have a lot of those, I hear.
Yes, there's a ton of tours that go on and they're all different. You can do a more like, friendly one that's more like children friendly or just not as scary. Mine, I don't think it was like the severely like terrifying one. It was just like a normal nighttime ghost walk tour. We stopped by the haunted house at 432 Abercord Street. Again, this is one that's like, it's the most haunted house in Savannah. I'm like, well,
I'd believe
three
it.
other
I'm
ones
so
say.
gullible. I'd be like,
Uh,
yes.
Rumored to be built on top of a burial ground. The reason
Oh.
that there's been so much supernatural activity around it, though, is because it's next to Calhoun Square, which
Hmm.
is supposedly very, very haunted.
Oh.
And it's also, there was a rumor of a triple homicide in the 50s that
Oh,
happened around the
wow.
house. It's a private residence, so you can't go in it. So you have to kind of be respectful of like when you're like looking at it and taking pictures of it. But
Definitely.
apparently, a lot of ghostly activity, but also a lot of made up activity. And that's one thing I found out about Savannah in general is a lot of like the figures, like they could be like,
Hmm.
it was Randolph McGovern and he was this, he died when he like choked on a and then people are like, yeah, that was made up. There's no evidence this person even existed. So a lot of the ghost stories can be like made up or whatever, but
Hmm.
it doesn't mean that the supernatural
Don't reside there
happenings
either.
don't
Yeah.
happen.
Hmm.
We also went to the Colonial Park Cemetery. And I mean, listen, a cemetery at night is just creepy to begin with. But
Yeah.
this one was, I mean, it's creepy because it's got a actual, and this is like a documented history of voodoo rituals happening there.
Oh, God.
Um, Animal sacrifices. It apparently has the graves of murder victims.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
the oldest burial area in Savannah. It opened in 1750. What's really
Hmm.
crazy is there's over 10,000 people that are buried there, but there's less than like 1,000 grave markers. And that's because a
Mm.
ton of people were buried in mass graves.
Yeah.
There is a hanging tree which they sometimes where people were hanged, and apparently
Yeah.
sometimes you can see ghostly figures under that. There's been green mist
Oh,
shadowy
God.
figures. People have seen like orbing, when they take pictures you get like the orbs and they're like, oh, it's spirits. We took a few
God.
pictures and we got a few orbs. Now
That's
whether it was just
cool.
really bad lighting and a reflection, who knows, but it felt creepy. It felt like it wasn't just us on tour there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was a creepy place, but I mean, it's a really fun place to explore also just from the history there. We also checked out the famous Mercer Williams house, and that is like one of the most famous historic houses in Savannah. It was featured in the novel Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil,
Oh, wow. I have
and
not read that book.
it's also a movie. They filmed at the house there. But there have been reports of apparitions, voices, phantom footsteps, someone's watching you kind of deal. It's a creepy looking house. I
Wow.
mean, it's a really cool looking house, but it's a creepy looking house. But you can visit during the day. And there's like this small house, and they said you can stay there. It's like a cabin, and apparently it's haunted by a former slave who
Oh.
worked there. And there have been stories of that she can appear at the edge of the bed and like grab the posts and like shake the bed up and down.
Oh, my
And you
God.
can sometimes see her like hanging out on the porch. I thought that was really interesting. A little tidbit. They're like, you can stay there overnight. I'm like, not me, but if anyone else wants to, go right ahead. I don't want to wake up to the ghost of anybody shaking my bed. Um,
Wait, Jason, that prompts my question now. So
mhm.
you have to stay at the most haunted place in America. How much money are you staying there for? If something can follow you back, that's the liability you'll have to take. How much money are you going to stay there for? I
I
know.
don't know. I had my dealings with the Ouija board back in the day and all of
Oh
that.
my God.
I don't think I'd be I just, I'm not looking to be another, horror movie inspiration. So I don't think there's money that you could get me involved, especially if there's something that it could attach itself to me and come back.
Yeah,
I'm
I
good.
mean, I kind of agree with you. It would terrify me that something would potentially follow me back. And so I don't think there's enough money for me to try that out.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Now, you stayed at a haunted
Yes,
hotel.
I did. It was beautiful. So much like yours, mine was built around 1886.
Yeah,
So
but
it
where
was,
was it? And what was
oh,
the
of
hotel?
course, of course. It's the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. It's well known for actually being a very haunted hotel. People see these sightings, though when I went, there wasn't anything past, 3 a.m. wake up, like random time, and the lights being on when you turn them off when you went to bed, or the odd cold burst in the middle of summer. So it could have been a draft, but I kind of feel like no one's going to enter the room and turn the light on at 3 a.m. at a hotel. I mean, unless you're playing a prank on your
That is
family.
true. That
So
is
it
true.
kind of feels as if it was haunted. So this one I
Hmm.
would believe. It was a resort first, then it was a college for young women, then it was like a fraudulent cancer hospital in 1937.
Oh,
So
geez.
I know. So they've got these huge stories behind it. Like room 218, there's a ghost named Michael who was a stonemason who had passed away during construction. And so guests can hear like slamming doors, flickering lights, a man's silhouette. And so it's one of those rooms where you're like, please let me stay there, but I would never ask for that. So
What do you
it's
mean it's a room that says, please let me stay there?
some
Nothing you
people
just,
really want that. Not me. Some people do.
yeah,
I
put me in the
promise.
room with the really disgruntled stonemason who didn't make it out alive.
Exactly. It's a beautiful hotel. I will say this. Have you ever been to Eureka Springs?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. So to describe the town to you, you would actually really love it. It's super charming. It sits on a hill. So when you're walking up the shops, it's all these old-timey, almost Victorian like style architecture, and it's filled with shops. I remember getting like my favorite stuff there, like it was earrings or like jewelry, homemade jam shops too. It's this beautiful town. So Eureka Springs, the Crescent Hotel, is just at the end of that like shopping area, and it's got this overlooking garden. So Michael from 218 did a great job. I mean, RIP to Michael, but it's a
Thank you
beautiful.
for your service.
Thank you for your service, Michael. There are also a bunch of other hauntings. So you can actually get a tour. If you don't stay at this hotel, you can get a tour of the haunted hotel and they'll take you to 218 if no one's in there, or they'll take you outside of it, you know. But you'll end up in the morgue at the bottom of it, which is in the basement, and it's where the old hospital's morgue was, and it's the finale of the tour. And people have reported like cold spots, doors openings, like a rolling gurney sound. I can't imagine someone actually saw a rolling gurney, but like the
Hmm.
sound itself, I could believe. They've got another room, like room 419. Theodora, she was a former cancer patient who likes to organize things. That would be the kind of ghost I am. I would just be organizing things, tidying it up. But yeah, it's got some creepy history. I am partial to the sweet little ghost cat who you can feel at your legs. So that is another little ghost story. If you're in Eureka Springs, you would love it. I have to say, my favorite part about it was the hotel, and there's a really good burger joint at the end of,
Really?
yeah, at the end of the town. It's kind of hidden closer to the waterway, and it's delicious. I remember thinking it was the best burger of my life, and it's been maybe 10, 15 years since then. So I am still thinking about that burger. And every now and then, if I'm going back up to Missouri, I kind of cut through Eureka Springs just for the fun of it. So that is my little story of Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs.
And if you're looking, for a spooky stay, Marshall House, Crescent Hotel, go hang out with the stonemason, see
Yeah,
Theodora. You might hear
get
some creaky footsteps.
get
Always
that little
fun.
cat, the little ghost cat Morris.
Ghost cats. Well, that wraps up our little Halloween spooky edition of Curious Caravan this week. We are so happy that you've joined us. Make sure to follow us and stay curious. We're interested to hear some of your spooky experiences. Anything supernatural happened to you? Let us know.
And if anything, have a happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween. Bye.
Bye.